a Czech Republican naturalist, artist, and author, and hence the need for protection and conservation of the same. Today, we are all gathered here on this virtual platform to mark the beginning of the second installment of the Wildlife Week celebrations 2022 put forward by Kerala Law Academy Law College to discuss and to understand the importance of wildlife protection and conservation. Kerala Law Academy Law College, since its inception into the legal hippodrome by the legal luminary, late Dr.N.Narayanan sir, in the year 1996, has always been a promoter of avant-garde in the field of legal education, consultancy, research, and in pioneering legal reforms, at the same time being a seat of excellence in them. It goes without saying, Kerala Law Academy is always a pacesetter in bringing out the untapped nuances in the dynamics of inculcating erudition and juxtaposing it with extracurricular activities. Observing Wildlife Week by organizing various events throughout this week is one such venture. I render a delightful evening to one and all present here. Today, we are blessed with the presence of esteemed personalities on this virtual dais. Before we begin our inaugural session to the second installment of the coveted Wildlife Week celebrations, let's spend a minute in silence to cherish the memory of our beloved Narayanan Nair sir. Thank you all. Small cheer and great welcome makes a merry feast. I invite Advocate Arya Sunil Paul Ma'am, Assistant Professor, Kerala Law Academy Law College. There is a delay.
Thank you, Gogul. The best time to plant a tree was 20 years ago. The second best time is now. Respected Chief Guest Honorable Mr. Justice A. Badruddin, Judge High Court of Kerala. Respected Keynote Speaker, today's session, Dr. Udayan P.S., Head of PG Botany, Research Department, Sri Krishna College, Guruvayur. Most respected Director, Kerala Law Academy Law College, Advocate Dr.N.Narayanan Sir. Sri Shakti Prabha, Assistant Professor, Kerala Law Academy Law College. Respected faculties, dear students, and dear participants. A very warm good evening to one and all. I deem it as a privilege to deliver the welcome address for this inaugural function of Wildlife Week Celebration 2022, organized by Kerala Law Academy Forestry Club. To make the wildlife saving plan successful, variety of sanctuaries, national park has been already launched in the appropriate localities all across the nation. I'm highly honored to feel privileged to have been given opportunity to address everyone to this warm welcome. Wildlife Week is celebrated at Kerala Law Academy under auspices of Forestry Club from 2nd October to 8th October, along with the rest of nation. The theme of Worldwide Day 2022 is recovering key species for ecosystem restoration. The UN aims to highlight the celebration so to draw attention to conservation and status of most critically endangered species of wild flora and fauna to drive discussion towards imagining and implementing solutions to conserve them. Law Academy aims to make its fraternity more aware of conservation and protection of wildlife through various activities during the week. Taking this event further, I would like to move on to formal welcome address. Today, we are in presence of an eminent personality who has experience of dealing with different branches of law, with most being prominent to civil and criminal cases. On behalf of Kerala Law Academy Forestry Club, I cordially welcome our chief guest, Mr. Justice A. Badruddin Sir, Judge High Court of Kerala, to this session. Most welcome, sir.
Thank you.
Today's session's keynote speaker is Dr. Udayan P.S., Head of Department PG Botany and Research Department, Sri Krishna College, Guruvayur. He speaks on topic rare, endangered and threatened medical plants and conservation. He is a great academician. His expertise in the area of taxonomy, ethnobotany, medical plants conservation, etc. On behalf of Kerala Law Academy Law College Forestry Club, I extend you, sir, a hearty welcome.
Thank you.
I extend my heartfelt gratitude to late Dr.N.Narayanan, sir, founder, Kerala Law Academy, who always remain as a light and inspiration for us in conducting these events. With immense respect, I would like to extend my warm welcome to Advocate Dr.N.Narayanan, sir, Director, Kerala Law Academy, Advocate High Court of Kerala, Special Government Pleader, Forest, High Court of Kerala, is a great environmentalist, a nature lover, who is my teacher and mentor and always a fountain of constant support to all the activities in this college. I am indebted to him for being catalyst that stimulate us to do our best for standing as a pillar of strength. With deep sense of respect, I welcome Advocate Dr.N.Narayanan, sir, to this session.
Thank you. Thank you.
We have the presence of Professor K. Anil Kumar, sir, Director, Administration, Students and Faculty Affairs, Kerala Law Academy Law College. He is the master brain of all the events in this college, and he is our chief mentor and always helping us to manifest our abilities in ways we could never imagine. I would like to welcome you too, sir, to this function. Sri Harindran K. sir, our principal, is always source of inspiration to all academic activities in this college. He always extends his support and guidance to all competition, conferences, international seminars, workshops organized by this college. On behalf of Kerala Law Academy Forestry Club, I extend you, sir, a hearty welcome. Sri Shakti Prabha, Assistant Professor, Kerala Law Academy Law College, is with us to deliver vote of thanks to this inaugural ceremony. He is a part of KLA family, also my colleague. He is an active member in all the academic and activities of the Kerala, this institution. On behalf of Kerala Law Academy Forestry Club, I extend you, sir, a warm welcome. Now we have the presence of Srimati Kasturi Nagaraj ma'am, Assistant Professor, Kerala Law Academy Law College. Ma'am is always a natural lover, good teacher, and active member in the Forestry Club. I wholeheartedly welcome you, ma'am. Next, we have the presence of Sri N.K. Shashidaran, sir, Assistant Professor, Kerala Law Academy. He is an ex-IFS officer. He is a convener and all-rounder of KLA Forestry Club. Welcome you, sir, to this function. Last but not least, I would like to extend a very warm welcome to all participants, faculty members, advocates, students, conveners, teaching and non-teaching staff, and all those who are present here in this virtual platform. I also appreciate the respect and enthusiasm and little showed by all you attend this conference to make it as a wonderful event. I conclude my extending my heartfelt welcome to everyone attending this session. Thank you all, welcome.
Thank you so much, ma'am, for your warm welcome. I take this opportunity to welcome you two into the session, ma'am. Leaders instill in their people a hope for success and a belief in themselves. Positive leaders empower people to accomplish their goals. The statement is indeed true for us. We have Advocate Dr.N.Narayanan, sir, Director, Kerala Academy Law College, Member, Bar Council of Kerala, and Special Government Pleader, Forest, High Court of Kerala. Today, we are all united here because of his strength, vision, and support. I request Advocate Dr.N.Narayanan, sir, to introduce our guest of honor, Honorable Mr. Justice A. Badruddin, Judge, High Court of Kerala. Nagraj, sir, please.
Respected Honorable Mr. Justice A. Badruddin, sir, respected Dr. Ben, sir, respected principal and teachers, students, friends, brothers, and sisters. I'll give an introduction on the activity which we are right now going through. Now, this is the third year wherein we have been celebrating the Wildlife Week with programs and various debates, essay writing competition, and lectures, special lectures by experts in the field. And every day, that is from 2nd, 3rd, to 8. Every day we are having a speech or expert lectures by experts and covering various aspects. Now, though we say that the Supreme Court of India has said that in at least 4 cases, the Supreme Court of India has said, especially in Animal Welfare Board versus Nagaraj case and 3 other cases, has said that the law of the land, especially Article 21, goes to protect the ecocentric view and not the anthropocentric view. That is, the man's selfish interest is not what is important, but every living being, even though they are not able to express themselves by words as we do, they are entitled to a right of life. And this was said by none other than the Supreme Court judge, the division bench headed by the Supreme Court Judge Justice K.S. Radhakrishnan, sir, who is from our own state, from Kerala. Now, I would say that even if we go by the anthropocentric view, that is, man is the center of everything. If we have to survive, if humans have to survive, wildlife should be there, forest should be there. Otherwise, our survival itself is in question. Now, I would say that our Prime Minister Indira Gandhi was one person who was instrumental in giving an impetus to the protection of wildlife. Even her political opponents, all political opponents, whatever opposition they have to her political views, they all agree that when it comes to conservation of forest and wildlife, if we owe something, it is to Indira Gandhi. And after Indira Gandhi, we owe something to the conservation of our planet Earth. It is the judges of various high courts and judges of the Supreme Court. I say in Kerala High Court, we had judges like U.L. Bhatt, Justice Shivarama Menon sir, Justice Paridullah sir, Justice K.T. Thomas sir, Justice and several other judges of the High Court who have been ecologically sensitive and ecologically very concerned about our planet Earth. And we just like Justice Kuldeep Singh, Justice J.S. Verma, Justice B.N. Kribal, and our own judge from our state, Justice K.S. Radhakrishnan sir. And to all of these judges, we owe a debt. The debt is because of the fact that because of them, the forest, because of the judgments, the forest and wildlife is now intact. So judges and administrators and the political class of this country will decide the future of planet Earth. And today we have, for the inaugural address, this is A. Badruddin sir. And I should say we are very fortunate to get sir, because at very short notice, I met him, his lordship, in his lordship's chamber. And in very short notice, he was so magnanimous, so gracious, and there are no words I don't have words to express my thanks. Because readily, his lordship agreed to inaugurate this function. And if I may say about Justice Badruddin sir, sir was a leading lawyer on the civil side in Kollam Bar, in Kollam District Court Center, and had a very good practice for a long period, was a senior lawyer there in terms of practice and reputation. And after that, his lordship was directly selected as a district judge in the year 2009. And after 12 years of experience as a district judge, his lordship was elevated to the High Court as a High Court judge. And why I say that his lordship is most apt for this is because I know for myself personally that his lordship is a wildlife enthusiast. His lordship likes going to not only our forest, but even outside the state, and is a very keen observer of not only of wildlife, but also of forest. And such enthusiasm and wildlife interest of his lordship. And for that reason, I would say his lordship is the most apt person and distinguished person who is most appropriate for this function to inaugurate this 6-day program. Second, third, fourth, fifth, sixth, seventh, eighth, 7-day program, a week program where we have so many experts to come one after another. And we are very fortunate that in the concluding address we have Vivek Menon, sir, whom we have been trying for the last 3 years to get an audience and get him in one of our platforms. Because of his busy schedule, has not even been able to hear, who is having so much of doing so much for conservation, and he is there for the last day and with a very interesting topic. And he has only just returned from United States, because he is having so much of commitments not only in India but abroad, and we are lucky to have him also in there. And we are also lucky to have Dr. Udayan sir, Udayan PS sir, would come with a very important area there of medicinal plants. And that is very important because today the theme of this year's World Environment Day, which is normally celebrated in March by the United Nations, and where the National Environmental Week is from October 2nd to October 8th, wherein also the same theme is adopted. And the theme is that recovery of species which are being threatened. So that is a perfect topic Udayan sir is having. And we are very fortunate to have Justice Badruddin sir, who is, I may say, not only a wildlife enthusiast, but also a distinguished personality who is sensitive to ecological issues and wildlife issues. So I express my thanks once more to Badruddin sir for respecting our invitation and being here. So it's an advanced thanks of the formal thanks which will follow after your lordship's speech. Thank you, sir. So I conclude my words, and I'm thankful to the organizers for giving this opportunity. Thank you.
Thank you so much, sir, for your valuable words. Today, we have with us the presence of Honorable Mr. Justice A. Badruddin, sir, Judge, High Court of Kerala. After securing LLB degree as a student of Government Law College, Tirunelveli, he practiced at Kollam, dealing with cases in different branches of law. In the year 2009, he joined Kerala Higher Judicial Service as District and Sessions Judge. After holding several posts of utmost importance, he was sworn in as Additional Judge of High Court in the year 2021. It is my pleasure and privilege to invite Honorable Mr. Justice A. Badruddin, sir, for the inaugural address. Sir, please.
Good evening to all. Am I audible?
Yes, sir, you're on.
Yes. Good evening to all. Sri Arya Sunil Paul, Sri Shakti Prabha, Dr. Udayan, Sri Gogol, and all who are participating in this function, including Dr. Anil Kumar and Harindan, Principal of the Law Academy, Law College, Tirunelveli. I was a student of Government Law College, Trivandrum, and at that time I heard more about the Law Academy and Dr. Narayanan Nair and his contribution in the field of legal studies, and his children now, especially Advocate N.Narayanan, is keeping the legacy intact, and it is happy to learn that he, being the leader of the academy, has been organizing various functions, and as on today, his attention is regarding the environment and protection of rare species of animals and plants which are about to extinct, or some species even extinct. So first of all, I express my sincere gratitude to Advocate N.Narayanan, the backbone of the Law Academy, Law College, and the other functionaries of the institution, for giving me an opportunity to speak on this occasion and to inaugurate the function. As Advocate N.Narayanan said, he is well aware. I used to visit many forests, and he knows those facts very well. That's why he said I am a lover of environment. That is not just because of my insight in environmental protection. I also studied BSc Botany, and I have certain experiences insofar as the environment, the function and the maintenance of the system in the form of food chain, food web, etc. That is why I, being a person who studied botany, I am having an interest in forest, wildlife, and also in particular to keep the equilibrium of the nature intact so that it should have been preserved for the generation now as well as to come in. So I appreciate the Academy for having selected this subject, which is starting from today and ends on 8th October with the nomenclature Wildlife Week celebrations. I begin with a poem and I shall finish with the rest of the poem. You may all aware our famous poet Sri O.M.E. Kurupsar, who in fact anticipating the destruction of the environment as well as the rare species of animals and plants before his death, much before, he had written a poem everybody may be knowing, Bhumikuri Charamagita. He said the salutation in this way, Iniyam Marikata Bhumi Ninnasanna Mrudiyil Ninakatma Shanti. Then he continued the various activities done by the human beings to harm the equilibrium of the nature, and in turn it may lead to destruction or death of the earth. So we have not only programs like this, we should have implementation of the programs as done by the central government as well as state government in the matter of protection of forest and also wild animals. Last month, I think 5th or 6th, I had occasion to visit Corbett National Park, Uttarakhand, and I had occasion to see very large number of animals there, but I failed to see what has been preserved therein because of certain reasons. It was informed that 348 tigers being protected therein, and in each and every year, the forest authorities and a team of experts will visit the park and take their numbers to see that their existence as such is protected. Now I shall take you to a great event that happened on 17/9/2022. On that day, the birthday of our Honorable Prime Minister Sri Narendra Modi ji, he had given 8 cheetahs which were given by Namibian government in Africa to Kuno National Park, Madhya Pradesh, and that shows what is the temerity as well as the enthusiasm shown by the government also in the matter of protection of wildlife and the nature as such to preserve it for the future generation as well. So, as I have already noticed, our Prime Minister has done a very, very mighty contribution by releasing the 8 cheetahs, and also in fact, it is noticed that the cheetahs and its existence in India was in the year 1952, and thereafter 8 decades, we brought these cheetahs from Namibia. Now, I would say 2 more things and I shall finish the inaugural function because we have the expert, Dr. Udayan, who is a doctor in botany in particular, so he is the best person to discuss more about this subject now we are discussing. It is noticed that, rather shocking to notice that 8,400 species of the wild animals and flora are now under the category of endangered species, and it is more shocking to notice that around 30,000 species are already endangered or in a vulnerable position, so that we in fact is trailing to get back the earth, the environment and the whole world as it was earlier. Anyhow, now we have steps to preserve the animals and plants, trees, and also in the way so that to keep the food chain, food as I have already referred intact. We know yes, when there is a building and it is being given by pillars and supports, any portion if demolished, that may result in tumbling down of the building, no doubt. So similarly, the equilibrium of the atmosphere, the environment has been set up by a phenomenon by food web food chain. So every species of animal, starting from the decomposed category, the bacteria and the gigantic blue whale. So there is some sort of direct link starting from bacteria to the big animal, and also in between there is certain animals may have more species to eat, so we will create a food web. So keeping food web, food chain, etc. intact by preserving all the animals and plants as such in the earth, we will have to protect the species of rare animals as well as the animals which is now available. So the endeavor of the academy to have discussion by experts on this subject is once again appreciated, and I would say that the participants in this function may make use of the opportunity in its full vigor and become protectors of the environment, the nature, and the whole world for ourselves and for the whole coming generation, so that we may say this poem that has been written by ONV in this way and reading in this way. So we will have to protect it. I may say, this is my lines and this is not a poet's line. I may want to say the line written by ONV Kurup sir, as I have already said. ഇനിയും മരിക്കാത്ത ഭൂമി നിന്നാസന്ന മൃതിയിൽ നിനക്കാത്മശാന്തി. Instead, we will say that ഇല്ല മരിക്കില്ല ഭൂമി കാത്തിടും കാത്തിരക്ഷിച്ചിടും പെറ്റമ്മയെപ്പോലെ ഈ ഭൂമി എന്ന this slogan must we will have to bear in mind, and ultimately on the end of the day on 8th October the function and the participants should get an idea that this is our slogan. ഇല്ല മരിക്കില്ല ഭൂമി കാത്തിടും കാത്തിരക്ഷിച്ചിടും പെറ്റമ്മയെപ്പോലെ ഈ ഭൂമി. And by these words I formally inaugurate the function, and I once again thank Dr.N.Narayanan, his team, and the well-wishers of the Kerala Law Academy for giving an opportunity as the to give inaugural address in this function, and I wish all success to the program. And by these words I conclude. Thank you all. Jai Hind.
I extend my heartfelt thanks to Honorable Mr. Justice A. Badruddin sir for inaugurating Wildlife Week Celebration 2022 and also for rendering his valuable words. Today, we are blessed with the presence of Dr. Udayan P.S., Head of Department, PG Botany and Research Department, Sri Krishna College, Guruvayur. He is an eminent academician with years of experience in the field of education. He will be enlightening us on the topic rare, endangered, and threatened medicinal plants and conservation. With utmost respect, I invite Dr. Udayan P.S. sir for the same. Sir, please.
Good evening, all. Can you hear?
Yes, sir, you're audible.
Okay.
Good evening, sir.
First of all, I thank this Kerala Law Academy, Tirunelvelim, and short notice only. And the title decided as rare, endangered, and threatened medicinal plants and its conservation. Before that, our Honorable Justice Mahanuddin sir and all other dignitaries. My expectation is rare, endangered, and threatened medicinal plants. We all know medicinal plants means the classical systems of medicine, that is Ayurveda, Siddha, Unani, Tibetan, homeopathy, etc. And now recently the allopathic systems of medicine. I will share the slides, I think, better. Before that, we are talking about the the title is rare, endangered, and threatened medicinal plants and conservation. First of all, I would like to inform that based on the International Union Council for Nature and Natural Resources, IUCN, there is no status regarding rare. The status is either vulnerable, endangered, and the most endangered species is called as critically endangered. and extinct like that. See, we all know that medicinal plants plays an important role. A simple example that we can see that Jeevani, one plant is called as Jeevani in Sanskrit, that is our Arogya Pacha, that is distributed in the southern western Ghats, or extreme tip of southern western Ghats, that is in Thiruvananthapuram district, especially from the Ponakad area, and also from Kollam district, Katlapara, the area, there is a small population. And also it is found in the Tirunelveli district, there is a small population. Okay. So, in connection with the medicinal plants, we all know that we are still following the very old Ayurvedic texts like Ashtanga Hridaya, Charaka Samskrita, Susrita, etc. And still we are following that. Now, the problem what we are facing in the environment, that also, what happened to our medicinal plants? All this we have to think it out. We already conserved a lot of conserved the medicinal plants in the case of, I think, from India. An organization is called as Foundation for Revitalization of Local Health Tradition. That is in Bangalore. That Foundation for Revitalization of Local Health Tradition, they have raised several medicinal plant conservation areas, otherwise called as, shortly called as MPCAs. And they focused individual species like Maramangal, Cocinium pinstatum. It is actually distributed in Indo-Malaysia, and it is a critically endangered species. Like that, certain species has been selected, and that we will discuss. And medicinal plants, know what are medicinal plants? Medicinal plants, we all know that as that healing properties with the medicinal plants. All plants are potential source of medicinal plant, and medicinal plants are reported in Ashtanga Hridaya, Charaka Samskrita, Susruta, etc. Medicinal plants are discovered for various diseases. These are all general. But what I am talking is what is happening to our medicinal plants nowadays. That means most of the medicinal plants are going to be extinct, or the unavailability of medicinal plants leading to the authentic samples of medicines. Are we preparing the authentic samples of medicine? That is another question. Like that, which plant is essential? For example, the Ayurveda, one senior minister. I will show the pictures and all that. Instead of that, the Ayurveda, some other members of the same families are using for the preparation. And another one example is Bala or Kurundoti in Malayalam. You may ask, Kurundoti is a very common one. Why we need to conserve like that? Because it is along the roadsides, railway tracks, etc. Sida acuta, Ana Kurundoti, Valli Kurundoti in local names. No, there are 12 species of Kurundotis. Kurundoti means Bala is there. Balaristam is prepared from this. So what I am thinking is the present scenario, the medicinal plants, all medicinal plants to be conserved, all medicinal plants to be conserved. Based on the IUCN criteria and all that, see, medicinal plant diversity means it starts from the lower group of plants, thalophytes to higher flowering plants like that. It may include the lichens also, or bryophytes also. Then see, what is the actual medicinal plants? Medicinal plants are in two categories. That means medicinal plants are seen in our forest in the form of a non-wood forest products. And these medicinal plants, ethnobotanical species, and another one is the medicinal species. Ethnobotanical species means the local peoples, like the tribal peoples, are used some plants for their medicinal uses is called as ethnobotanicity. Medicinal species in sense is the classical systems of medicine like Ayurveda, Siddha, Unani, Tibetan, homeopathy, etc. That is the category of medicinal plant. Industries are using mainly 800 species for the medicinal purpose in the herbal productions. And we know that only 20 species are under commercial cultivation. Then what happened? All species are coming from wild. That means 90% of medicinal plants are used by Indian industry collected from the wild. More than 70% of the collection involved destructive harvesting from the wild. Then use of parts like roots, bark, wood, stem, wall plant, etc. No, this leading to the extinction of that species. We need medicine. We want to prepare the medicinal plants. This poses a definite threat to the genetic stock to the diversity of medicinal plants. Medicinal plants use indicate from India about 8,000 species. Among them, here 1,769 species of plants are used in Ayurvedic system. But this include 1,769. No, this also includes some adulterant or substitute also. Here we can see that the folk system means that is the traditional or ethnobotanical system. The large number of plants are reported to be used as a medicinal plants like 4,671 species. And this is the category of so far reported: homeopathy 482, Siddha 1,121 species, like that. And regarding the medicinal plant distribution, 70% of the Indian medicinal plants are found in the tropical areas of various forest types, Eastern Ghats, Western Ghats, etc. We know that our area is a hotspot area and a rich biodiversity, especially the Western Ghats hotspot area and all that. See, medicinal in connection with the medicinal plants, you know, the endemic medicinal species from our endemic species from Western Ghats is not much used for medicinal purpose. That means most of the medicinal plants are widely distributed species are used, but among them few are very rare and endangered and threatened categories of plants are there. Here we can see that 30% of the medicinal plants are reported from temperate and alpine regions, small number in aquatic habitat. And regarding the case of habit, shrubs and the climbers form a little more than 1/3 of the total. Trees 36% are used as a medicine, herbs 28%, shrubs 21%. That is the life forms. Liana 3%, climbing herbs 7%, and the climbing vine 5%. You see, in India, 386 families belonging to 2,200 genera are medicinal plants. Among the important families like Astraceae, sunflower family, then rubber family Euphorbiaceae, Lucas family, Tulasi, Osimum family Lamiaceae, legume family Fabaceae, etc. are the important families reported to be used as a medicinal plants. Highest number belonging to Astraceae, sunflower family. See what happened, leading to many valuable medicinal plants becomes rare and endangered. When I am talking here, Adividayam in Malayalam, that is Aconitum heterophyllum, that is not seen in our Western Ghats, but it is a Himalayan plant. It is a critically endangered species. And you can see here 1 kg of this tubers of Aconitum around 4,000 rupees per kg. And here, instead of this Adividayam, Muttanya, that is Cyprus rotundus, is used as a substitute for the Adividayam. Then these all plants, no, like Sasuria, Lepa, export band, then Pycorrhiza kuru, that is a Kadugurohini, that is in an endangered category. And Nathostock is Jadamanji, it is a critically endangered species. Then Cocinium pennistratum. Cocinium pennistratum is a Indo-Malaysian species. locally called as Maramangal or Daru Haridra in Sanskrit. It is a critically endangered species. Sarpagandhi, we all know that Sarpagandhi, Ravolfia serpentina, it is an endangered category and Indo-Malaysian species. See, the problem is the controversy in the medicinal plants. Chittamurda. Chittamurda is a Tinospora cordifolia. We all know that is very common in our areas. Chittamurda, one is very common. Another one is the Pothan Chittamurda. These two are seen here. Then Ashogam. Ashogam means, we know that Ashogam is available in all houses and planted somewhere, but it is not like that. Ashoka, once it was plenty in our plenty in our forest areas in wild condition. Now we planted somewhere, some houses like that, and Saraka is a very good medicinal. The bark is used for the preparation of Ashoka Arishtam. That is a gynecological problems. And sometimes, instead of this Saraka Ashoka, another one common ornamental plant planted in our area, that is in houses for its scenic beauty, that we look like Aranamaram. That is Aranamaram. The bark of this Aranamara Annonaceae member is also as a substitute or adulterant, it is coming. The Daru Haridra, instead, original Daru Haridra is present in Himalayan areas. That is the Berberis aristata. It is the Daru Haridra, but this one is also we called as Maramangal. Maramangal means it is, Posinium is not at all a tree. It is a woody climber. That means it is a liana. And so we can say that it is a Valli Haridra in Sanskrit, Maramangal. Okay. Now another one is Koduveli. Koduveli is a Plumbago indica, Chuvanna Koduveli. Red Koduveli is not found in Kerala. But it is available in Andhra Pradesh and all that. Then instead of that Plumbago Ceylanica, that is the Vella Koduveli. Vella Koduveli is using instead of this Plumbago indica. Like that, there are several controversial medicinal plants are also there. Like this, another one interesting one is Adapadian. Adapadian in Sanskrit it is known as Jivanti. In Kerala, it is used Arkapushki or Jivanti is a Holostema Adapodian. Whereas outside Kerala, it is used as a Leptadenia reticulata, same family only. And another one is Punarnava. Punarnava is otherwise called as Taldama. Taldama, it is a very common in waste places, railway tracks, etc., roadsides, etc. And another one is Rasna, that is Alpinia galanga. Alpinia galanga, once it was Kacholam. Kacholam, it was plenty in our wild areas. Now Alpinia galanga not found in wild. That means the population is declined in the wild population. Then Prasarani, like that, there is another one common example. Prasarani is called as Spinostegia tridentata, etc. And another one common one is our Nannari Sarvat. Nannari is Sarvat prepared from this Nannari Semidespus indicus. But in our market, we are getting Bombay Nannari. It's a somewhat big sized tubers like that. That is the Tacalapis hamiltonian. That is the availability in our market. See, Tinospora is very good for the anti-diabetic properties. Once it was plenty in our area, now it is declined. The propagation method is very easily, we can put it to cuttings or tissue culture methods we can use. Then see the different species of Tinospora. Tinospora cordifolia, that is the original one. It is reported in Ayurveda. Whereas nowadays, another Pothan Amurda is used as an adulterant like that. But anyhow, the population is declining. See, this is another same different genus discovered from the same family, Megispermaceae from Trichur. It is an endemic to Thrissur district. And recently in Kasaragod districts, etc., another one, Chittamurda, is known as Tinospora crispa. They started cultivating this plant. Like that, like that. Several. This one is Pothanamurd. That is a Pothanamurd, and another one new species reported collected from Thrissur district is Formani, a new plant. See, Ashogam. Ashogam is Saraka Ashoga. I already mentioned that Ashogam, the bark is officially useful part. Now, State Medicinal Plant Board and the National Medicinal Plant Board, they started some projects to promote the conservation of this Ashoga plantations. Then, see, the problem is instead of this, sometimes Katashogam, some endemic species from wild like Ambosia brunonis and Polyaltia longifolia, Aranamaram, bark of Aranamaram, etc. See, this one is the Polyaltia. Sometimes Ambosia brunonis, the bark is coming, Polyaltia bark is coming as an adulterant or substitute. Posinium Medicinum, one interesting candidate for conservation. And this Foundation for Revitalization and Local Health Tradition, they established a medicinal plant conservation area in Idukki district near Kolamau. That is Maramangal. This one is the Maramangal. See here, this is the flowers, and this one is the fruit. When you go for the forest, this critically endangered species saplings, we can see that, but we cannot find out the flowering and the fruiting mature individual. Why? It is overexploited for the medicinal preparation. Now we have, this is one good suitable candidate for conservation, and this Foundation for Revitalization of Local Health Tradition, the Anglo, they established an MPCA in Idukki district in Kulamau. There are 2,000 saplings of this Posinium is there. That is an in situ conservation methods followed to conserve this Posinium pennistratum. Then sometimes you know what happening. The other member of the same family, like Malantangi, another plant is also used instead of Daru Haridra. See, this is the this plant is in the case of this Posinium pennistratum or Maramangal, a male plant is a different one and a female plant, a dioecious plant. So that is also a problem for conservation aspects. Male plant is different one, female plant is different, dioecious habit. Then woody climber also. So tissue culture method tried for tissue culture method to and establish this plant species. No, it is difficult. In tissue culture method also, it is failure due to this woody liana habit. And this one is a critical endanger. In Ayurveda test, other than state of Kerala, all other peoples are using Berberis aristata. This is available only in Himalayas in the name of Daru Haridra. Then Plambaga indica, Chuvarna Woodveli. This one is the red Chuvarna Woodveli, Plambaga indica. The original source plant is the Plambaga indica. Instead, the white Koduveli, Vella Koduveli is using. And the Neela Koduveli is an ornamental plant, not much medicinal use. There is a belief when we plant this plant, we will become rich like that. There is a another one is Bhumi Jambaga or Kacholam. This Changanir Karanga. In Malayalam, it is called as Changanir Karanga. The availability of this Changanir Karanga, no, instead, this is Gingibraceae member. Instead of this, some industries are using Lagenandria toxicera. That means Kulavara also using. This is controversial, and the efficacy of the medicinal plants is a problem. This one is Changanir Karanga. Then Arka Pushpi or Givanti. See here, this is Adabadian. Adabadian in Malayalam. And the tubers are used. This one is an endangered species. This one is endangered species. Instead of this outside Kerala using Leptadenia reticulata. And see what is happening in our Holostoma adacodian or Givanti. The plant is very rare now in Kerala. We can see some flowers and also we can see the fruits also. But the problem is the seeds not propagating. That means seeds not germinating. Then the reason is there was a insect to pollinate this flower, and that insect is not no more now in Kerala. So when it is settled the fruit, the seeds are not viable. That is the problem. That means we are facing a serious threat to our environment, not only in the medicinal plant, and all the ecosystem has a problem nowadays. Last 2 years, we know that 2018, the flood. After flood, most of the herbaceous plants in the wetlands, that are extinct. The reason is August month, all the herbaceous plants starts flowering, and September, October, November, they settled. The seeds settled. So last two floods, 2018 and 2019 floods, the wetland with most of the herbaceous plants are extinct. That is observation. Another thing, after flood, this wetlands becomes as a concrete slab like that in the natural habitat. That also a reason for the threat to the wetland species. Now, this Punarnava, the word itself, we know that Punarnava is what we call as Kaldama. Punarnava means the cells once destroyed. When we use this Punarnava, the cells regenerate. That's why the Sanskrit name comes as Punarnava. Very common in the prostate hubs like that, common in our area. Now this one is the Punarnava or area. And instead of this plant, sometimes using this Trianthema potlacastrum. It will look like somewhat similar, and it is also using instead of this Punarnava. Now this is Rasna, Alpinia galanga. Once it was plenty in wild in our Western Ghats, semi-evergreen forest, etc. Instead of that, now another species, Alpinia calcarata, is using the same family, and outside Kerala, Asteraceae member like Puchia is using. Now this Prasarani, that is what we call in Malayalam, it is Tala Nili, something like it is a common. Once it was a common herb in our laterite plains, etc. This one is the plant. Now, what is happening? This due to maybe the last 10 years, our environment has become was totally changed. Not, I don't know. That is the temperature rises, and most of the herbaceous plants they not survive properly. I think in future years the shrubs also has the same problem, and slowly it affects the trees also. The temperature, all the animals and plants require the temperature is plus or minus 28 degrees centigrade. But the last few years, the temperature becomes 40, 45 like that. That is one reason for the extinction of most of the herbaceous plants. See, this one is Mannari. Mannari is Hemidesmus indicus. Instead of this, there are several other species from our Western Ghats. When we talk about this Decalapis appletoni, it is endemic to Peninsular India. It is endangered plant because the distribution is an endemic and endangered species. And another one, it is Janagia Realpatra. Earlier, it was known as Janagia Realpatra. It reported from the Ponmudi Hills by Joseph and Chandrasekharan. The tubers are used for the blood purification, etc. This one is an endangered and endemic plant. We have to conserve the Calapis hamiltoni, the Calapis Realpatra or Janagia Realpatra. Then another one member is Atlaria salicifolia or the Calapis salicifolia. Is only available in the Coimbatore district. Coimbatore district near Top Snip. There is a limited population in Top Snip, and also in Nilliamadi there is a small population. This one is also a critically endangered species. But what happened is the local people, so they collect the tubers and preparing for the pickles. They are preparing the pickles, and also this plant is used as an adulterant for our nannari. So the critically endangered species like Atleria, Dacalapis, and this Bombay nannari, all are now in a threatened situation. But now some protocols has been developed for this tissue culture methods by this Atleria, Janagia, and Dacalapis. We have to reintroduce the same agroclimatical conditions in our Western Ghats, and that is the only way to conserve these three important critically endangered species in the Western Ghats. Now, Hydra. We know that curcuma longa, turmeric, curcumin is an important one. And we know that there are several species of curcumas are available in our Western Ghats. And curcuma, Cisia, curcuma, aromatica, that is Kasturi. This one is the original Kasturi Manjal. And see, the problem is people's now collecting all these curcumas in the name of Kasturi Manjal. See, all these are the different, all these are endemic. Now, see, Neela Bringadi, Indigofera longi racemosa is the Neela Bringadi. Instead of that, several other species of Indigofera are collecting. Then another thing, Nerinyal. Nerinyal is a very common medicinal plant found in the railway tracks, roadsides. But in Kerala, it is not found. It is only available in the cotton soil like that. But the population of this plant also, last few years, this population is very much reduced. Now, another one is the Patmagarini or Orilla, what we call as this one is also Jeevani, in Sanskrit Jeevani. Once it was plenty in our area. Now this one is not present. Nervilia aragoyana. We have to use this tissue culture methods to organize and this Nervilia aragona to be reintroduced into the same area. Other species are available, but now the tubers or other species are also used in the case of Patma Kairini like that. See, see this one, Murwa in Sanskrit. Instead of that, the other very common species like Vatakaka volbilis, Kakagodi. This one is used instead of this Teleosma pallida. Teleosma pallida population, once it was plenty in the Western Ghats, laterite soils in plains, but the availability of this plant is not much. Then Bailey Pelti. In Kerala, this is not found, Bailey Pelti. Pergularia damia, instead of that, use this Vatakaka volbilis like this. So, what we will do for this type of problems? See, another one, Samudrapacha. Samudrapacha, once it was plenty, this Argyria nervosa in our area. Now, now some Ayurvedic industries, they are using Samudrapacha in the name of Conimorpha fragrance. This also coming under vulnerable category. This Conimorpha is a status given to vulnerable category. Then Chakarakundi, Gymnema sylvestris with critically endangered species, Gymnema condolensis, that is available in Kerala in Varchal forest area and the Chimney Wildlife Sanctuary, and also in Shabarimala near Nilakal area. There is a very few population. See, our forest department has already done conservation aspects, like they have selected wildlife sanctuaries, national park, biosphere reserves, etc. But the area is the vast area. We have to give a special focus to conserve this critically endangered species. We have to list out the critically endangered species, and we have to give the special focus. Already it is a protected areas only. But anyhow, there are some threats in the case of this critically endangered species. See here, this another one is our Maduka. Maduka means Ilupa. The original Ilupa is not only found in the Deccan Plateau, but in our perennial streams, there are two other species. One is Longifolia and another one is Nidifolia is there. This the population of this Longifolia, variety latifolia, Ilupa, that is the original one. It is not very few population in Kerala. We have to work it out. How many trees are there, and we have to conserve this Maduka, another species. Then another one is Kiriath. Kiriath is a very common plant, and it is used as a heart tonic. Now, instead of that, in a Himalayan area, Swertia Chiriata, that is also used as an Ayurvedic industry, but in Kerala, we are using this Andrographis paniculator, but Kiriath. It is locally called as Kiriath. So, plants are herb or shrub or tree or whatever may be. The population is reducing in the case of herbs. It is a serious threat to us. Another one is a Padavaladi Kashaya. See, the Padavaladi Kashayam is Katu Padavalam. Katu Padavalam is a Trichosanthus cucumerina, very small, very common. Once it was plenty in our hedges, places, etc. Now, what is happening? Instead of that, our edible Padavalam, what we call as Padavalam, vegetable Padavalam, that is Trichosanthus anguina. The whole plant of Trichosanthus anguina is mixing with Trichosanthus cucumerina in market. So what happened? Kottakkal Ayurvedishala, like large industries, they started to cultivate this Trichosanthus cucumerina. They offer the farmers to cultivate this Trichosanthus cucumerina. They given the seedlings also. And what happened after the cultivation of medicinal plants is an important crisis because all see what happening. The medicinal plants are coming in Kerala from other states, nearby states like Tamil Nadu or some other state. And here the poor farmers, they started to cultivate this Katupadavalam, Trichosanthus cucumerina. And what happened? They spend 3-4 months or 6 months to cultivate this, and after that they spend for 1 kg this cucumerina, they spend around 25-30 rupees, but in market it is available with 6 rupees or 3 rupees. Then that is the problem for cultivation of medicinal plants. That is one example, this Trichosanthus, because other species of this Trichosanthus also coming as a adulterant or a substitute in the market. Then Vishnu Grandhi, instead of that Vishnu Grandhi, several other plants are also using. All this, once this Aparajita, Changupushpam, once it was plenty in our areas. What happened? That we are not at all thinking. This species, due to the maybe climate change or the alternation of our habitat. Once there was a lot of fences are there in with our surrounding. Now all fences become as a big wall like the central jail walls like that. So the most of the these twiners, herbaceous plants has been destroyed. See this one, Cocinium, and another one member of the same family is Anamata cocculus Nanjuvalli or something. This one is very common. Now instead of this Cocinium, sometimes stems dipped into turmeric water and also used as an adulterant of Cocinium illustrated like that. Then see Sahajara, Neela Kurni, Sahajara. That means there are several species of Strobilanthus is available in our area. The only medicinal uses is Strobilanthus ciliatus. All other species are endemic and endemic to our Western Ghats. There is no medicinal properties. But instead of this Strobilanthus ciliatus, all other species are coming in the name of Sahajara from market in market. That is a problem. So this also leads to several endemic and endangered Western Ghats species for the preparation of medicinal plants. Like that, other members are also like Barlerias, etc. In the name of Sahajara, it is coming. This facing the problem. Then another one, Masavarni or Katupaya. Instead of this Katupaya, see, once it was plenty, Ina Pilosa, yellow flowered was there. But instead of that, now what is happening in our environment? The most of the exotic species are vanishing. Exotic species means like Alternanthera, and another one is what we call as Centrosema, and in Dhritarashtra Pacha, Communist Pacha, Congress Pacha. Now, the Congress Pacha is a party name of belonging to the SPC member. And another one is the Communist Pacha, that is Eupatorium moderatum. And now, recently, last 5-10 years, Dhritarashtra Pacha, that is Micania micrantha, that is covering all the crops, all the vegetations, that is Micania. Micania is dominating. It can survive, and all our native plants are some threatened. That is happening. Ashwagandha, that is Withania somnifera, that is one important medicinal plant and critically endangered species. Now, now one example we can take it as a Dashamulam. Dashamulam with 10 members, 5 trees or shrubs and 5 herbs. One is Kumul, that is Melena arborea. Another one is Kuvalam, that we know that eagle marmalose. The Kuvalam is planted in the Shiva temple. Then another one is Pupadiri, that is Stereospermum colons. And another one is Palagapayani. This Palagapayani is endangered species. Stereospermum. This IUC, based on the IUCN criteria, Palagapayani or Orosilum indicum is coming under endangered species. Whereas Munya, Pramna with several species are there. Pramna corymbosa, Pramna, that is one of the ingredient of Desmularistum. And another 5 members means it is a small herbivorous shrub-like Orilla, Desmodium gangeticum, Orilla, and Muvilla, Pseudatria viscida. Then Puttirichunda, that is Solanum indicum. And another one is Chiruvardhana. Chiruvardhana is Solanum melangina variety insanum. But once Chiruvardhana was plenty in our Kerala, now instead of that, sometimes our brinjal may use Solanum melangina itself use. And another one is Nerinjal. See here, the correct genuine drug means all this 10 should be there. Then only. So what is happening? Pseudatria viscida is now vulnerable. Then Desmodium, there is no threat at all. Pseudatria once plenty in our areas, but it is not there. See here, I will give some examples of threatened medicinal plants and their status. IUCN has not assessed the threat status of Kuvalam. Kuvalam means eagle marvelous. We know that that's one of the ingredients of Desmularistum. Well, Kuvalam, eagle marvelous, once it was found in wild conditions in Kerala, but not presently not found in wild. Why we are not starting to reintroduce this eagle marmalose in our forest area? Still not started. We have to start. We have to plant this eagle marmalose in our forest areas. And IUCN not assessed. That means not evaluated, not threatened, not any categories. That means not evaluated. The problem is we know that roots are the used for the Desmularistum. How many tons of roots require for preparing Desmularistum every year? Where we will getting this roots of this eagle marmalose? So we have to find a solution. We have to plant in our natural habitat like this Kuvalam, not only one tree in Shiva temples like that. So this is a suitable candidate for conservation. Instead of this eagle marmalose, what is happening from our western Ghats? Another sub species like Atlantia monophylla, another species is coming. So that also leads to the threat to Atlantia monophylla also. See, this one is our Orosilum indicum, that is one of the ingredient of Desmularistum. Orosilum, instead of this, another members, Payanda, that is Paganalia longiflora, and another Vedipla, like that. or that is called Radarmakira xylocarpa. All other species are also. Oroxylum palagapayani is a very important species, and it is we have to conserve that. Palagapayani growing in the moist deciduous forest areas. We have to plant this Palagapayani Oroxylum indicum. One of my student, my 8th PhD scholar, she has done the work comparison of this chemical constituents, and she found out that Radarmakira is used as a substitute, and Pagenalia also. That is a new drug discovery that also require to conserve our several species. So medicine is important. Medicinal plant is important. We require the medicine, and we have to find a source of plants other than this Dashamulam. No, Dashamulam means root is using. Why instead of root, all other parts, bark, stem, and the leaf, etc., it can be used. Then it will reduce the exploitation of this or Dashamula members. This one or Silentium that is called Palagapayani. See, once it was plenty in my area, my places. No, it is a village area along the laterite soil. Now we cannot see mature trees in this area. So it is an endangered species. We have to reintroduce this Oroxylum indicum in our forest area. Another one is Pupadiri, and this Pupadiri is also one of the important. But the problem is here, it is not assessed and not given any status. But here also, the root is the official part. So for preparing the medicine, the whole plant is plugged. Then how many years we can do this process? And that is the problem. So we have to find out an alternate source for this. This Kumul, another one member, that is Kumul or Kumbul. And here also the roots, bark, and the fruits used for the Dashmulalism, one of the ingredients of Dashmulalism, we have to promote. Here also the status is not assessed. That's the problem. See, then this also Pramna glabrima, this is Munya. Several other species of Pramna species available in our Western Ghats. We have a rich biological resource, or very, very rich biodiversity. We are not still using the technology. That means we have to find out some alternative source from our other countries. They don't have such a rich vegetation. And why we are not using this endemic? Most of the endemic species are not at all medicinal users, but we have to find it out. To grow. See, that's a bush pop. See, that's a bush pop. Very common plants. Vishnu Kanyundi.
Sir, you're not audible, sir. Udain, sir?
Not audible?
Yes, sir. You're audible now, sir. Yeah.
Okay, okay.
All right.
That slides smooth.
Oh, thank you. Okay. Okay, sir.
Yeah, 1 second. Yeah, that's a pushpam. See here, Puangurnan, very common plant. Once it was plenty. Then Vishnu Gandhi, it was there. Now in my area, it is a village area. All these plants, it is not there. Why? See, the habitat alteration is an important factor. That means all fences has gone, and all the areas now becomes what we call as concrete. Concrete along the village areas roads, along the sides, the concrete. So the herbaceous plants, they cannot survive. The habitat alteration is an important factor of this common or important the Shushpa plants. Then Trigadu. Trigadu means Kadika. Kadika is one important ingredient. Then this ginger we are cultivating, no problem at all. Whereas pepper also, no problem. there is no problem, this cultivating. But what about this, what we call as gooseberry, Nelly? Nelly, once it was plenty in our forest areas, and due to the over exploitation means the locals, they collect this fruits, they just chop the branches of the trees, and this leads to the extinction. This leads to the extinction. They don't know how to collect. That is the problem in the case of philanthus in our areas. That means Nelly. Then another one, Nirmarudhu. Nirmarudhu, it require a special habitat. That means along the riverside only. Along the riverside, it is required. And what happened? That that natural habitat has been destroyed. This is very good for heart tonic. This Terminalia cuneata, that is a Nirmarudhu. We have to conserve. Then another interesting one, I already just mentioned, that Arogyapacha. Arogyapacha, that is Trichopa ceylanicus subspecies Travancoreus. When I went to March in Arlam Wildlife Sanctuary, the wildlife warden requested we need 50 kilograms of this Trichosanthus whole plant 15 days. 15 days for making some treatment, and he inquired all the parts, and that time in March this plant is not there. This is a very small herb in our natural habitat, especially in Thiruvananthapuram, endemic to southern Western Ghats and Kollam Arogyapacha. Why we are not going to promote the cultivation of this Arogyapacha? This is an endangered species. And I already mentioned that the Kani tribes of Kerala eat the fruit to overcome hunger and thirst. Recently, an Ayurvedic medicine known as Jeevani is prepared from this plant. It tie up with Ayurveda Pharmacy, Coimbatore, and Jawaharlal Nehru Tropical Botanic Garden and Research Institute. This plant is not at all reported in any classical test or Ayurveda, and this was recently discovered. Like that, several ethnobotanical plants are there. This plant we have to conserve without any cost, tissue culture method, or that we have to large scale cultivation and reintroduce into the same natural habitat like Katlapara in Kollam or somewhere. This one is that the fruit is the important medicinal part, and the flower, this one. And see, another one is a Vidal. Vidal means what we call as in Sanskrit is a Vidanga. This is a woody climber. This is an Indo-Malaysian species. And the status as given here is a least low risk near threatened. Low risk near threatened. That is a status. That means it is below the status of vulnerable. But this is a woody climber. And it is used, the fruits are used highly in the name of Vitanga in Ayurveda. We have to conserve this Emilia rice. But what conservation means, it requires its natural habitat itself. Because once we, this tissue culture method, we have raising this as saplings, then we are planting into this laterite areas and all that. It is not possible. It requires these agroclimatical conditions where it found in the natural habitat. We have to reintroduce this Vidal. Instead of that Vidal in market, another member of the species, Emilia teryangotum, is coming. And sometimes the dye-yielding plant, Philanthus reticula, that is Miroli, is also coming. And the Myrcinaceae, another member seen in the grassland areas, Misa indica is coming. Sometimes this Plugia leucopyrus, the fruit is edible. These are all coming in the market. So the efficacy of the medicines also having problem, and such a non-availability of genuine herbs lead to adulterant. Saraka Ashoka is an endangered species. Instead of that, Aranamaram has come. Then Kuvalam, we know that Kuvalam, instead of that, Atlantia monophylla root is coming. Bella, instead of different species of Sida is coming. Maramangal, instead of that, Cocinium peristratum. Cocinium peristratum is a critically endangered species. These are all different species of Kurdoti, what we call as Kurdoti. The original one we have to use in the Balarishtam is this one, Sida alnifolia, instead of all other species. And sometimes other genus of these Malvaceae members are also coming. See, this is happening. So several problems. See, Palmuduk. Palmuduk is Ipomia mauritiana. This is belonging to the family, our sweet potato family. Very good demand. They require tons of these tubers of Shira Vidari, but they are not getting. But we are not still started. So we have to conserve this. The availability of this also now reduced. The population. Instead of that, sometimes passion fruit family members, the tubers are coming. Sometimes the Fabaceae other member that also in the name of Vidari it is coming, and this is used outside Kerala. The name of Vidari, it is a vulnerable species. IUCN has assessed and given the status vulnerable. Now this one is our Ind. Once this status is given as a vulnerable. See, Psychosocialis in northern Kerala. Once it was plenty in habit of plenty. Now what happening? All this Psychosocialis, it will take 100 years to grow up a size of a man. But this also a serious threat. Psychosocialis. All psychos are coming under the negative list and endangered categories. This another one is owl. That is also the bark is using, and here the population of this Olophilia is also reduced. And another one we know that for blood cancer, plant is using is a Teurocarpus Raktajandanam. Raktajandanam is not at all available in Kerala. It is only available in wild condition in Andhra Pradesh, Tirupati Hills, Chittoor district, Kadapa, and is that only available. We have planted here somewhere in Tamil Nadu, and also this is endangered, critically endangered species, Teurocarpus andrinus, used for blood cancer. Then Sarpagandhi. We know that Sarpagandhi, that is Ravolfia serpentina, once it was plenty. Now the status is an endangered. The local peoples, they used instead of this Sarpagandha, another one plant belonging to Techi family, Rubiaceae, that is called Azalia carviflora, is used as a adult trend. But we have to conserve this Ravolfia serpentina. Once it was plenty, we have to reintroduce this endangered species. Then we all know that anti-diabetic. All Indians, most of the Indian people are suffering anti-diabetic problem, and anti-diabetic Saptachakra or Pongorandi is used for the preparation of salacinol, cathinol contents, anti-diabetic properties, and this Salacia oblonga, that is given as a status of vulnerable. This is available in very few areas in Tirunduram, Thrissur, and some areas. This is found in India and Sri Lanka. It is found in India and Sri Lanka. Then see another one, endemic species are found in Agasthyamala region. My own new species. This has more content of salacinol, cotinol, and mangiferin content for the treatment of anti-diabetic. This Agasthyamala biosphere is a well-protected area, and very few population. Only 5-10 species, 10 trees, plants are there, and we have to Salacia bellaniana is also found in Thrissur district, and it is also a good source of anti-diabetic. This only is in Bellani Pacha area of Thrissur district. Then another one is what I told the Dashimula Ishtam, Cheru Eldana. Cheru Eldana is Solanum melangina variety in Sanam. Actually, this one is the ingredient used for the Dashimula Ishtam, but now we didn't get this Solanum melangina variety in Sanam, and there is no status also for this. See, this one, Atupadolam, I have mentioned that Trichosanthus cucumerina, the status not given by IUCN. For this purpose in India, the first time in the 13th State Forest Department has established 112 medicinal plant rich habitat in situ conservation, around 200 to 300 hectares each, protecting the forest gene bank for medicinal plants. And see here, this is the red data book of 619 species. CAM shows for state of 300. CAM means conservation assessment management plan 359 species. Reported the status, stage covered, and how many taxas are assessed for the conservation aspects. This has done by the Foundation for Revitalization of Local Health Tradition. See, this is a Katumuttil. This is Yeovillarapan. There is no status given. This is a Chammaram, Roki Kuda. There are highly threatened this plant, Phanamyxis polytricha or Chammaram in Meliaceae member. This is not assessed, and the population not assessed and not conserved. Another one is Mandaduba, that is called as a Canarian strictum. The bark is used extensively used in our Western Ghats area, but not assess the status. And this Jyotishmati in Ayurveda, it promotes the brilliance, Celastus paniculatus. This plant is not assessed. The status is not. Then like that, Pashupashi, like that, Sanjara, Trivith, that means Operculana tarpipam, Piper longum, Movila. Then this one is the original Kanjuriki, Pashana Beta. This only seen in the perennial streams in our Western Ghats. This is not assessed. Instead of that, then this one is a Pachueti. Pachueti is the bark is very much used. Symbolocos cochinjainensis. We have to conserve this Symbolocos cochinjainensis. Another species of Foliosa like that. And see the problems and solutions. What we have to do in the present scenario. Real drug plants are not obtained. Then so Ayurvedic industries are currently using some other substitute or adulterant. To solve this problem, we have to find out a few new plants, especially endemic plants, allied genera species which are required, the phytochemical and the pharmacological screening. Then see, I am going for the conclusion. Concept of quality assurance is required, harvesting period and the semi-processing method, storage condition, etc. needed. Industry need to receive input from the modern science. Types of Ayurveda to make a concentrated effort to untitled Ayurvedic material, boost the credibility of the system to public minds. Then absolutely essential the system to complete with their system medicines and achieve global acceptance. So, see, this is happening. So we have to restore our natural wealth and promote the afforestation, etc. For the hour. See, this much, okay, I'm going to stop because it is a vast subject. And we have published one book called 100 Red Listed Medicinal Plants of Conservation in South India. That 100 books, that 100 species we have to conserve naturally and reintroduce. That is my opinion to take the step to Forest Department and the medicinal plants industries to promote the conservation aspects of these species. Okay, thank you. I think the time is over 1 hour.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Thank you. Thank you so much, sir, for your valuable words. Now we have a feedback session. Those who wish to clarify doubts may raise your hands.
May I ask one question, sir?
Yeah, please.
Sir, issues. Now, sir, you have mainly, you spoke mainly on this Ayurveda, Siddha and traditional, that is traditional medicine or folk medicine. But what about the modern science? You use the word allopathy, but normally allopathy is not the word used. It is used as modern science. Sir, can you hear me, sir?
Yes.
No, sir, you use the words, that is Ayurveda was used, Siddha was used, then folk, that constitutes almost 50% of the medicinal plants, which are nearly 4,000.
Yeah.
And then incidentally, sir, you use the word allopathic drug, but normally allopathy is not used. What we use is modern medicine.
Yeah.
So in modern medicine, no plant, and it has not been shown, but I have come to know that in many instances, many of the modern medicines in modern medicine, they use a lot of plants, barks, and other components of flora.
Yeah.
You have
It is
not,
there.
sir, you have not mentioned why that was it
Yeah.
negligible, or was it intentionally omitted? Or?
See, for allopathic systems of medicines, very not much plants are used. For example, our muttal, Centella asiatica, is used in the modern system. And recently, for this urinary cancer, nothopoditis pneumoniana, or Mapia foetida. Once it was plenty in Maharashtra, no? What they have done, they exported into USA. This Mapia foetida, that is for only for the allopathic treatment. One example, that is Icacinaceae member, nothopoditis pneumoniana. It is found in our Western Ghats in semi-evergreen forest to evergreen forest, like one small tree like that. That is the whole plant is used for the urinary cancer. Like that, there are several plants are there. Our Nitya Kalyani, that is one is called as Catharanthus roseus or Shavanari or Nitya Kalyani. That is also used in the modern systems of medicine. And the state flower of Tamil Nadu, Gloriosa supraba, that is a Prandan Puva or Mandoni. That is also used for the cancer treatment. That is Gloriosa supraba. And several other plants are there. But the thing is, still this modern or allopathic system also, they are not using a single drug like that. For example, Mapia foetida, then Catharanthus roseus, they also use some other elements are also there, I think so. And this modern system, Trichopus actually coming to Ayurvedic by Ayurveda Pharmacy Coimbatore and our what we call as Coimbatore. Hello?
Yes, sir, you are audible, sir.
Yeah. Okay. So there are few plants are there, and another thing, I think this modern medicines, no, modern medicines are mostly widely distributed species. Widely distributed means paleotropics, pantropical, all the tropics of the world, like that. Not the endemic species. Endemic species are mostly used in the folk systems of medicine. So that we have to validate. That we have to validate in sense this like our Trichophus ceilanicus, no, like that we have to validate it. So many endemic species are there. When flowering plants we will take, in Kerala there are around 1,600 endemic species out of 6,000 flowering plants. But when we go for that endemic species, no medicinal uses at all. That means we not discovered the medicinal uses. We have to find it out. That is our duty. If Britishers are here or other Europeans are here, they may developed and generated several things. Now still we are following their system and the old classical system. We have to generate modern medicines from our natural resources. We have very rich, but we are not doing that. That's the problem. We have to do the pharmacognostic studies, pharmacological studies, and we have to analyze and find out good plants. We have rich biodiversity, but I don't know why we are not doing. And people are doing the PhD works. What they are doing, they want to complete within the stipulated period, 3 years for the full-time scholars, or 4 years for the part-time scholars, and at least what they want the requirement, and they easily do some easy works, but they are not going to do this such a in such a fantastic biodiversity we have. but we are not at all using. That is my
Sir, you're not audible, sir.
Yes.
Sir, can you please connect your audio, sir?
Audio is gone, sir.
Sir, are you able to hear us? No, sir, you're not audible. Sir, can you please click on the unmute button and enable your audio? Yes, sir.
Okay.
It is connected, sir.
yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, thank you so much, sir.
More questions are there. Somebody has raised their hands.
Yeah. Ask. Welcome.
Mr. Jobby Joseph, it seems.
Good evening, sir. Sir, I would like to know that eagle marmelois, which you are talking about, it is used as a mosquito repellent like citronella.
Eagle marmelos used as a mosquito repellent. That is your question?
Yes, like citronella, I heard some gum, it's a gum, the mosquitoes will come and stick onto that, or it is used as a mosquito repellent, that tree.
Oh, that is, I don't know about that eagle marmelo, but Adathoda vasica is a very good mosquito repellent. When you cut this a small piece of Adathoda tigano, you can put into your houses and hang it. That is a very good mosquito repellent. The eagle marmelos, I never heard about that.
Okay. So what's that name? Once again, you repeat that mosquito repellent?
Adathoda vasica.
Adathoda.
Justicia Adathoda. Adalodagam. In Malayalam, it is Adalodagam.
Okay,
Vasicin content. Vasicin is a asthmatic problem, no? Vasicin. Adathoda vasica is a very good medicinal plant.
Okay, so
Justicia.
Okay, one more question is that plumbago, you are talking about three species, right? White, red, and blue.
Yeah.
Okay, so
Blue
thank
is not at all no medicinal uses.
you.
And it
Yeah.
is mainly seen in the high altitude areas, temperate cold area. People are using for the ornamental purpose. There is a belief when we grow it, we will become rich. But that is all not scientific, And red one is very good one, and white is also same properties, but red is very good. Red.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir.
Thank you so much, Zobizos.
Sir,
If there is anyone else,
sir, you have shown two plants which have been named after you, sir. You have found or endemic species. So, how many such flora or plants or medicinal flora are named in your name, sir?
My name, there are two species. One first PhD scholar. He is in now working in Bishop Abraham Memorial College, assistant professor AJ Roby, and he has given Lithia Udayani Loreshi from Pambadun Shola Forest of Idiki district, and that is first. And then second. The PhD scholar, he is working as an additional director in Spices Board, Ernakulam, Anil Kumar, Climatis Udayani. That is, you can see here this picture, I think, my desktop picture. Can you see this picture?
No.
Okay. That's okay. That is Climatis Udayani. He is discovered his PhD work from Attapadi Hills. That is from Invani area, Clematis udayani. It is only a very beautiful plant. Then new species, nearly 30 species is discovered from Western Ghats. 30 new species are there. And I have honored one of my PhD guide, his name is also K. Udayan. That is Diospirus udayani. I actually, what happened is only medicinal plants. No, that's why I have not shown that all new species is discovered.
Regarding Arogya Pacha,
Yeah.
now that came to light through to some foreigners, because it was a traditional knowledge which was known only to Kanis in Agastyamalai region. So only Kanis knew about Arogya Pacha, and nobody else knew. Outside world did not know, but the outside world came to know through some foreigners who traveled this as Kanis.
Oh.
And in Agastyamalai, during a trek in Agastyamalai, incidentally they came across the use of this Arogya Pacha. So till that, though it was being a part of traditional knowledge, traditionally it was being used. It was not there as you have said, sir, that it is not there in the traditional books or in Ayurveda or nowhere it is mentioned. Arogya Pacha. So there are so many such medicines. A part of traditional knowledge or tribal knowledge, but which are not part of our Ayurveda system or Siddha system or anything. How far we are able to take advantage of that?
Yeah. Hello. Again.
Hear you, sir. We can hear you, sir. We can hear.
Yeah. Okay. Okay. Okay.
We can hear you, sir. We can hear.
Oh. Okay.
Yes, sir. Sir, can't you hear us? Sir, am I audible to you?
Yeah. Oh.
All right,
okay.
sir.
Okay.
So, is there any other question that you would like to put forward? All right. In the absence of further question, we are winding up our feedback session. I'm hoping that sir has already cleared all the doubts for you. Thank you so much, Udayan sir, for spending your valuable time with us and also for stating your valuable words here. It was really, indeed, truthful, and it was filled with wisdom. Thank you so much, sir.
Okay, thank you. Thank you all. Okay.
In the words of Cicero, gratitude is not only the greatest of the virtues, but the parent of all others. I invite Mr. Shakti Prabhayam, Assistant Professor, Kerala Academy Law College, to render vote of thanks to this inaugural session. Sir, please.
Yes, thank you, Gogul. Am I audible to you?
Yes, sir, you're audible.
Yes, thank you. Okay, good evening to one and all. Most respected Honorable Mr. Justice A. Baharuddin, Judge, High Court of Kerala, Advocate Dr.N.Narayanan sir, Director, Kerala Law Academy, Member, Bar Council of Kerala, Professor K. Anil Kumar sir, Director, Students and Faculty Affairs, Shri Harindran K., Principal, Kerala Law Academy Law College, and other respected personalities present here. I consider it as an absolute privilege to present a vote of thanks to the dignitaries of today's inaugural session of the Wildlife Week Celebrations 2022, organized by Kerala Law Academy Law College, Perurkada, Thiruvananthapuram, Kerala. We are celebrating Wildlife Week at Kerala Law Academy under the auspices of Forestry Club from 2nd October to 8th October, along with the rest of the country. The theme for World Wildlife Day 2022 is Recovering Key Species for Ecosystem Restoration. The UN aims to highlight the celebrations sought to draw attention to the conservation status of some of the most critically endangered species of wild fauna and flora, and to drive discussions towards imagining and implementing solutions to conserve them. I extend my heartfelt gratitude to late Dr.N.Narayanan sir, founder Kerala Law Academy, who always remains as an inspiration for us in conducting these events. I take this opportunity to thank Honorable Mr. Justice A. Badaruddin, sir, for making this session auspicious and memorable by his presence. He has dealt with cases in different branches of law, the area of prominent practice being in civil law and criminal law. Sir, sworn in as the additional judge of the High Court in 2021, with a deep sense of respect, I would like to express my gratitude to Sir for his presence. We are indeed indebted to Dr. Udayan PS, Head of the Department of PG Botany and Research Department, Sri Krishna College, Guruvayur, an eminent academician, for conducting an informative class on the topic Rare, Endangered and Threatened Medicinal Plants and Conservation, and also for patiently answering all the queries. On behalf of Kerala Law Academy and on my own behalf, I extend a hearty thanks to you, sir. With utmost respect, I would like to extend my vote of thanks to Advocate Dr.N.Narayanan, sir, Director of Kerala Law Academy Law College, Advocate High Court of Kerala, Chairman of Kerala Law Academy Moot Court Society, Member Bar Council of Kerala. He also supported every activity in the college, and he has encouraged us to do our best. We are indebted to you, sir, for being a pillar of strength and for giving us courage. I thank you, sir, for your hard work and effort. Professor Harindran K., our principal, is always a source of inspiration to all academic activities in this college. He always extends his support and guidance to all the competitions, conferences, international seminars, and workshops organized by this college. On behalf of Kerala Law Academy, teachers, students, and non-teaching members, and on my own behalf, I propose a sincere thanks to Sri Harindran sir from the bottom of my heart. I take this opportunity to thank Professor K. Anil Kumar sir, Director, Students and Faculty Affairs, Kerala Law Academy Law College. He is a brilliant academician with years of experience in the field of legal education. I express my genuine vote of thanks to you, sir, for being a pillar of support. I extend my heartfelt thanks to faculty conveners, Srimati Kasturi Nagaraj ma'am, for her constant motivation to organize events like this, and also Sri N.K. Shashidaran sir for extending his wholehearted support in organizing this event successfully. I render my heartfelt thanks to Advocate Arya Sunil Pol ma'am for extending a warming welcome to this inaugural session. I also use this opportunity to thank the student conveners for their tireless effort in making this event reach its epitome. I would like to thank our student convener and anchor of this event for his excellent anchoring. Thank you, Google. Finally, I would like to express my special thanks to our IT team who have provided us with the technical support which is significant due to the virtual nature of this event. Now I conclude by extending my sincere thanks to all the parents, students, teachers, non-teaching staff, and all those who are present here to make this function a grand success. Thank you.
Thank you so much, sir, for your heartfelt vote of thanks to this session. I take this opportunity to extend my gratitude towards you too, sir.
Thank you.
With that, we have come to the end of today's session as part of the wildlife-based celebrations put forward by Kerala Law Academy Law College. I use this opportunity to express my sincere gratitude towards Advocate Dr.N.Narayanan sir, Director, Kerala Law Academy Law College, Mrs. Kasturi Nagaraj ma'am, K. Anil Kumar sir, Director, Administration, Students and Faculty Affairs, Kerala Law Academy Law College, Professor Harindran K. sir, Principal, Kerala Law Academy Law College, N.K. Shashidaran sir, Professor, Kerala Law Academy Law College, for providing us with such a wonderful platform. I would also like to thank our faculty conveners for their unending support. I sincerely thank our student conveners for their tireless effort for the success of this event. Last but not least, I extend my heartfelt thanks to all of you for your kind patience and cooperation. This is GS Gokul signing off. Once again, thank you all.